It's the worst time to buy a car. Supply chain issues combined with inflation met with the rising demand has made the prices on everything outrageous. For me, it's become extremely difficult to win any auction bids as dealers snap up what's left of used car inventory so they have something to place on their lots. In order to attempt to even get a good deal, I've increasingly bought more as-is lots, the stuff that is so problematic that good dealers don't have the time to mess with it. But this stuff is always just a roll of the dice. We recently bought this really modded up Aston Martin, and even though I returned it back mostly to stock, it still has a boy racer vibe that makes it unpleasant to drive more than about 50 feet. This cheap and relatively new Audi Q7 that looked like all it needed was a little bit of cosmetic work was actually hiding a blown head gasket, but my 555 horsepower BMW X6M was a fun and easy fix once we found and fixed the source of water intrusion. My biggest score in recent time was definitely the Ferrari 612 from Las Vegas. With nearly 100,000 miles on the clock, it turned out to be just a one-owner car with only minimal reconditioning needed. It goes to show you that in some cases, higher mileage can actually be good, but how high is too high? When I initially saw the auction listing for this dingy looking C6 convertible with over 250,000 miles, I figured it had to be in pretty rough shape, but knew that this is exactly the type of car that a dealer would shy away from, and it would sell cheap enough that it would be worth the gamble. These LS2 based drivetrains are bulletproof, and the price of Corvettes are especially high right now with the recent release and shortage of the C8. This car was marked as is and had a check engine light noting an engine misfire, an inoperable convertible top, and a handful of cosmetic issues that were obvious from its photos. I threw in my lowball bid, which happened to be the only bid, and effortlessly won this misfit Corvette and was in for a much bigger treat than I ever expected.
All right, we're here at the auction. This is actually a really nice place. They give you your own lane to park in, and then we just got to wait for the car to roll up. So unfortunately, we're not going to be the ones to hit the button and see how well it starts the first time. Of course, we'll cool down on the ride home. We'll see if we literally just scored an amazing deal or not. But before we do, I'm going to quiz Sage a little bit on the price of Corvettes. And then I want to hear from you guys. Let me know, did we get a good deal on this considering what we paid? This will be one of the more interesting ones, specifically because of what I told you guys earlier. See, I told you guys, but I haven't told Sage behind the camera. All right, so Sage, what do you think the average price, so this is a 2007 C6, what's the average price of a 2007 C6 currently selling at auction right now? What'd you guess?
I would probably say 17K.
17K. Believe it or not, it's in the mid-20s.
Really?
Like low to mid-20s. And that's
I believe it with the car prices.
The C8 Corvette threw prices up on Corvettes all around. C6 is like your first starting modern Corvette, and then the car prices are ridiculous right now, right?
Yeah.
So mid-20s. So what would be an outstanding price on a C6 Corvette if it runs and drives?
I'm saying if you got it for under 15, 16, you're doing pretty good.
Okay. Well, we'll see again how good I'm doing. It should run and drive. I just don't know how good it runs and drives.
That's the real question, isn't it? Yeah.
That's it. See how yellow well, but look, there's a chance that that's the like a clear bra or something. But look at the front too. Like, see how the bumper's just not shiny? We got to pop the hood. Sage, pop the hood real quick.
Right.
It's broken. I can't even, dude, is it like a, it's because the truck is so loud over there, but I can't even hear the engine running. I mean, I think if it was knocking or something, we would hear that currently. But it's running right now, Sage?
Ooh. Paint looks actually pretty good. I mean,
the paint's really
something.
No, you could buff that.
Yeah.
Dude, it's got Michelin tires on it. Like brand new ones too. The paint is, dude, this is called a polish. But the front bumper's a question. The headlights, they actually make aftermarket lenses for those. Can this be polished out? It's gonna be real interesting. This probably needs a respray. Probably, it might, Sage, it might.
You might be able to.
It might. We're gonna find out. The big question is what's under that darn hood that we can't get to? But we'll have to figure that out.
Yeah.
Let's get it up on the truck, get it home. Look at I can't believe there's not more pitting on those rims.
Dude, they look really nice. The whole thing's clean.
Look at the tires on it. So we gotta get in that hood. And then this is the only other kind of ratty looking thing. This, I wouldn't even get a new top. That top was replaced at one time. There's no way a top would make it in Florida this long, this many miles. This car's probably seen quite a bit. Right now, it feels like everything works. I'm literally only going a few miles an hour, so.
I
really don't know if this is gonna be possible, Sage.
No, you got this.
Hold on. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna open the door a little bit. We pulled the Corvette off the trailer. Sage loves Corvettes, so he's getting to drive it home. What do you think? I mean,
I'm excited.
I'm just looking at all the warning lights. What does that say? No, it didn't say that before. It says the left tire is flat. It's really not. Maximum speed 55 miles per hour reduced. All right, well look, you got a governor on it, so you can't go past the 55. All right, we'll stop at a gas station, we'll fill it up, fill the air up. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna, it sounds good, but you know, we can only hear it like this. Driving behind this thing, you never know. It has 250,000 miles on it. Look, all the lights seem to work. It looks pretty awesome on the road. And the fact that it's on the road directly after buying it from the auction, well, that's an incredible thing as well. It's been a long time since we've driven a car home from the auction. I'm glad Sage is the one getting to enjoy the drive. So hopefully he has a little bit of fun in it, but not too much fun. We got one little detour on the way home, and we're not even remotely close to home. We've still got another 70, 80 miles ahead of us. So let's cross our fingers and hope that the Corvette actually makes it there. But so far, man, this might have been an incredible purchase.
Now, Sage let me know that the Corvette drove really well on the way home. Every accessory seemed to work, and the check engine light even went away on its own during his drive. Once I got to it, the first thing I attempted to do was to mess with the latch to see if I could get the hood open. But the second I pulled the release cable, it all came out in a stringy, crumbled mess. This could be a huge disaster, as the hood opens up in reverse on the Corvette, and from having two C6s previously, I know the location of the latch would be extremely difficult to get to without cutting physical parts of the car. But before we have a knee-jerk reaction, my friend Alex from Legit Street Cars is flying into town, and I need to pick him up from the airport. He's a huge GM LS car fan, so I figured I'd pick him up in my new-to-me Vette and get his reaction, and maybe he could even help us get this hood open to see what condition things are in. If this is in decent enough shape with a little bit of elbow grease and a bottle of Armor Shield 9 ceramic coating, I'm hoping to make this shabby Vette look like it did a decade ago. Now, I don't mean to get too far ahead here, but it's just amazing how versatile and DIY friendly of a ceramic coating Armor Shield 9 is. Now, ceramic coating creates an invisible layer of protection over your car's surface, which keeps it super slick. It lasts well over a year and makes cleaning it super easy since nothing can stick to the coating. Professional detailers have been charging well over $1,000 to ceramic coat a car, but with Armor Shield 9, you can easily DIY it for a fraction of that price.
This Corvette will be an ideal car to ceramic coat, so we can bring back that sheen to its black paint, and it's not that big. So this bottle will cover more than just the body. It'll also do the wheels, the glass, and I'll even show you how I use it to freshen up the look of the engine bay and keep it clean for a long time coming. One bottle contains enough coating to cover the body of most mid-size sedans, and right now, when you visit Avalon King's website in the link in the description box and use code SAMCRACK at checkout, you're gonna get 25 bucks off a bottle of Armor Shield 9 for your car. Now, if you have a truck or SUV, or maybe you wanna do all the accessories on your car, all you gotta do is add a second bottle. You're gonna get a steeper discount when you do. Now, I gotta give Avalon Kings a huge thanks for bringing ceramic coating home to the DIYers and for also sponsoring this video. All right, Alex just arrived. We're at the airport. He knows nothing about the car except he just called me and he goes, "What car are you in?" And just so he's not looking around for something else, I told him black Corvette. Unfortunately, I can't yell at him out this window. I just found out that it doesn't work. But that's the least of our concerns. So what do you think about this car, Alex? I knew you were coming in town. I knew you're an LS guy.
I think it was a rental Corvette for like the better part of a decade.
Hey, come on. Let me tell you, this is
like a real low budget rental.
This is the exact opposite of a rental Corvette. This is, well, let me show you this. Let's get here.
How many miles? It's gotta have a ton of miles with that steering wheel. Come on.
Look at the mileage.
Yes.
257,490.
That's great.
So look, the average price, and I've asked a million people this, of C6 Corvettes currently at the auction. Now mind you, the average C6 Corvette has 50,000 miles on it, okay?
Right.
Well, the average price is currently in the mid to like low 20s, 23 to like 25.
This was 13 grand?
8.
No.
Yeah, 8 grand.
8 grand?
Not
No
bad,
way.
right?
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, it's got air conditioning.
One owner.
Wow.
Religiously serviced. So if you look past the person almost hitting us, if you look past the steering wheel being all kind of and the seat tattered, which is just the upper seat skin, you could get a new one of those.
Okay. This seat's nice.
The convertible top is even in one piece, which I was really surprised about.
Well, the paint to me looked to be
Okay.
a concern. Some of it was cracked, some of it could be buffed, but $8,000, you can't beat that.
$8,000. Look, no check engine light. So it actually was being sold with an engine problem, P0300, but you heard the weak crank. So you know how, like, if you start a car with a P03 or with a weak crank,
it'll
it'll
all sorts of codes.
yeah, misfire. It just like has a weak start, and it went away on the drive home.
What year?
07.
Okay, so it's got the LS2.
And if you look at it, it's not a base model because it's got like the painted thing behind us,
Oh,
and it's got
right,
the
right,
Bose stereo. It's
Yeah,
got
you got heated seats, you got
Yeah.
navigation. This is actually really loaded.
yeah. This is probably a 3LT, is my guess.
2 or 3 LT for sure. 07. Oh, I love the little paddle shifter thingies on these.
That yeah. You know, we'll see it more on the outside. We'll talk about it then.
I like it.
Dude,
I can't believe the mileage.
I mean, someone, again, they took care of it. I'm excited about this.
I really want to get that hood open.
Yeah, I think that's number one on the things to do. It's going to be really difficult because, Alex, like what you're looking at right here, where your hands are on the C6, there's a latch here, also one on the opposite side, and it opens opposite of most hoods. It opens like this. And, you know, you saw what I pulled out from underneath the hood latch area.
It's like if we can get directly below, is there any remaining cable that can be pulled? It'd have to be on both sides.
And what scares me, because we rebuilt one of these, is underneath these fenders are wheel arches. They're glued to the frame of the car, okay? So it's going to be very tight quarters, very difficult. If they were up here somewhere, you know, in a normal area of a hood, it would be way less complicated. Right here is going to be a problem. So we'll get it in the air a little bit. We'll crawl under there and see what we can see. And then we might find some other fun stuff while we're under there too. 250,000 miles, you're bound to find something. All right, so we got this corner jacked up, and I don't know, is there a wheel liner? I remember, again, there being something glued to the entire inside wheel well of this thing.
You didn't even have to jack it up. There's actually a trick to getting this open.
Getting what open? The hood?
Yeah.
How?
I've had Corvettes, so I know. So check it out.
What in the hell did you just do?
Pressure points. They're pressure points in the Corvette. And,
Whoa. I don't believe that. What do we see down here? Oh my God, look at that. Somebody already did this. That's not factory.
I didn't mess with that. It's the pressure points.
Oh my
It's the pressure
God.
points.
Dude, that's why my hood latch cables just came out. Somebody reran them. Hold on.
Now, hold on.
All right, Alex.
There we go.
Alex, oh my God, look at this. Dude, I honestly thought, so look at the location of these. Okay, again, top corner. I thought for certain we were gonna be cutting a hood. And I had Sage looking on like Marketplace and stuff for a used hood.
So the first thing I look at with these auction vets is if they rip the aluminum engine out for a 5.3 or a 4.8 out of a Silverado.
No, not.
We got 243 casting heads. Those are the old C506 heads that they put on the LS2s. So yeah, you're good, man. This is great.
You know, it's got that auction sheen. I always tell you I like a little bit of a dirty engine bay.
That means it hasn't been messed with that much. This is awesome. $8,000.
So somebody gave us a solution. Wow. Look, I don't even need to replace the hood latch cables. If it works, it works.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would roll with that for a long time. That's probably what they've been doing.
If you look kind of in here, it's really grimy and greasy. I see a little leak around here, a little weepage around just the cap that goes into the engine there. So probably a seal there.
This is ingenious, by the way. They just drilled a hole here and grabbed what was left of the cable.
Well, yeah.
That's it.
Good on them, man.
Yeah.
I wonder what that, Alex, what do you think that air filter looks like in there?
I mean, it seems like it would be nasty, but then again, this thing, it's been maintained. It's
Yeah.
It's probably really nice. Let's find out.
Ah, dude,
Not bad. This thing,
I've seen much worse than that. I mean,
this thing is totally stock, yeah. I'm sure the other one's the same.
totally stock. So what should we do to it first?
What, to modify it?
Well, no, I'm thinking more like the valve cover gaskets is what we do to it first. Unbelievable, dude. This is going to, you know, a little grimy. It will benefit greatly from an engine cleaning. And,
It'll
man.
also benefit greatly from a new coil, because we were getting a little bit of a misfire.
Oh yeah, that's right, because it came with that misfire code.
Right.
Look at that.
It's not the worst misfire in the world, but some of these LS engines will absorb a dead cylinder, and it's still a quick car and runs pretty well, but that'll definitely cause one. Just needs a whole new coil. Typically, these are bulletproof coils, though. They're not like Euro cars where you replace them periodically because they all fail.
Yeah, and that's awesome because, look, that's, like Alex is saying, the coil. I thought at first, I was looking at it going, no, Alex, look, maybe we need a new pigtail. And no, it's actually part of the coil. So that's awesome.
Yeah, those are cheap.
I might as well just put them all in there like a Euro car.
Whatever.
All 8 of these, I bet you cost the same price as, or one of those over there.
Deserves it.
A quick run through the interior of this car. Mostly everything works and is in really good condition except for one pretty main feature. The convertible top, I've tried to put it down and had a little bit of an issue. So in order to put the convertible top down in this car, I think all you got to do is first of all start by just opening it like this. Look, you see? My driver's window popped down. We'll just start the engine just to make it as happy as possible. Here we go. Press the top down button. Top down button. Hold the top down button. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Hold on. Oh, what did it say? Top not secure. Well, we know it's not secure. We want it not secure. We want it down. All right, we're going to open it like that much. Does that help us at all? All right, let's see. Here we go. Top not secure. Okay, I think the reason all this is occurring is, notice the driver's side window went down. Notice the passenger side window, it's still up. And if we hit the switch here on the passenger side, see how it just wants to go down just a smidgen. I think the motor works, but I think the regulator is bad in here. And since this window is not going down, it's probably sensing that maybe it wants the window down for some reason to put the convertible top down. That is just my guess, but either way, we want a working passenger side window in this car, and we want a working convertible top. So let's tear this door panel apart, see what's behind here. We probably just have an old window regulator. All right, old regulator out, new regulator in. All we gotta do is hit this here. Oh, we gotta test it from the other side. Sage, would you mind hitting the button and let's see what happens over here? Look at that. Now, maybe our convertible top will also work. Looks really good. So that's perfect. That's exactly what you wanna do when you're installing one of these. Go all the way up, go all the way down. Make sure you're not crunching against anything. This door panel, or the door housing itself, is pretty sparse in here, but all these new modern cars have a bunch of electronics in them so you can hit on certain things. This is really simple, straightforward. I didn't do any of it. Sage did, so thank you, Sage. But yeah, this was great, and it's all ready to be put back together. We're just gonna put a little new adhesive around the seal here. Should be good to go. And check this thing out. Look at this Bose speaker. I've never seen a crazy speaker like that, and it's actually like a high quality speaker. They don't use stuff this nice in Ferraris. I'm not even kidding you. That's why, if these are still the original speakers, they've lasted 250,000 miles. I mean, they're not made out of papers. There we go. There we go. The window regulator was the cause of all our convertible top issues. All right, it went down just fine. Now let's go ahead and put it back up. Whoa, there it comes. Whoa. There you just go. Grab it down. No more convertible top problems. I keep saying this, but for 250,000 miles, the seat's actually held up pretty darn good. It doesn't look the greatest up here, though, with that rip in the bolster. We're going to take care of that right now. Luckily, I was able to source a used seat skin from a parts breaker that's in amazing condition. It looks like basically brand new. And these things come apart in sections. So the center section is different from the back here, is different from the bottom area. So all we're going to do is pull the back off. We're going to replace the ripped area with our used part here.
For $100, we're gonna make the seat look pretty much brand new, and then we'll move on to the steering wheel. So about 3 hours total and right under 500 bucks. Look at our interior. I told you we spent about $100 on this upper seat skin here. The window regulator was right under $300 from Rock Auto, which was way cheaper than going to the dealer. It was a couple $100 more there. And then this steering wheel I picked up used, and it was bare. It was just missing all the trim, which was great. We grabbed it off of the original steering wheel, and now it no longer looks like it's been mauled by a cat. Now, I don't think you could easily differentiate the condition of this interior versus one of those 50,000 mile Corvettes that you'd see at the auction. Now, Alex brought up a good point here. When you see this nice Corvette emblem trim here, see the Bose stereo and also the navigation screen. This is not a base model car. This is fairly loaded, and I read online that if we check in the glove box, there should be a sticker that tells us exactly the trim and model with all the options of this Corvette. Now, the big thing that we want to look for here is two things. I think 3LT would have been the top trim here in 2007, and also Z51. If the sticker says that, that means that this car has the factory Z51 package. And if we look, it says 3LT. This is the top trim Corvette. And look a few numbers behind it. There's Z51. This car has the factory Z51 Performance Package. All of this for $8 grand, and it drove itself home. I think we've got a winner here. Now, if you follow along, you likely already know I try and maintain a tight budget on pretty much all my car projects, like with the Aston Martin build, but a lot of you guys have been asking specifically for a super budget build where the car itself starts off relatively cheap, and I think that's exactly what this C6 Corvette accomplishes. So if this C6 project is more your speed, be sure to hit that like button. I'm just waiting for a few more parts, and we're gonna get this thing knocked out. In the next video, we're gonna mechanically freshen it up, and of course, make sure the body looks as good as it can before we ceramic coat it. We're gonna see how good we can make a 250,000 mile Corvette look. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you click that button down there because you'll be notified when I post the update to the new Corvette video. And if you're not already following me on Instagram, where I post updates like pictures of my new projects, I did it with the C6 Corvette before anything goes live here on YouTube, well, just find the link in the description or visit me right here. And guys, I gotta thank each and every one of you for watching today, and I'll catch you very soon.